Hello everyone, welcome back to another Star Stable video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a how to get back into training video because I need to get back into training. So I'm going to run through how I think I'm going to go about training from now on. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, I post every single time on my story. I'm like, this horse is trained. And in January, I counted, and I'll pop up the exact number on the screen, but it was over 20 horses. And obviously from level 0 or level 1 to 15, that's not possible in the month. But I'll show you guys my system for training, which is how I max 20 horses in 1 month. Now, at the start of this year, I went into it saying I'm going to do every single race every single day. I wanted to train all of the horses that I currently had from 2020, which was actually possible. If I trained every single day, every single race, I could max all of the horses that I currently owned at that point in time. Now, I knew that grade 12 senior year was going to be busy, but it was busy and I just couldn't find the time to do 3 hours of training every day. So I ended up not training for a majority of this year, really, I reckon. So I really need to get back into it because I've got a lot of horses and I plan on buying a lot more horses. So yeah, I'm just going to be running through today, getting my life back, well, not getting my life back on track. Like, training your horses in Star Stable isn't like the biggest deal in the world, but I still want to do it. So getting my training back on track. So first things first, we have to jump to my home stable because there is one I find it really helpful system that I like to do when training my horses. And this is to organize my home stable. So I'm going to chuck all of my horses back into the pasture, and I'm going to show you how I organize my horses. And by doing this organization technique, I guess you could call it, is the way that I trained 20 plus horses in 1 month. So I'm going to sort the pasture by level, which means the level 1s are going to be first, but I'm going to go all the way to the end and find my level 15 horses and find the highest level horse. So we have Squirrel Moon because the Percheron was off the app, so thankfully they come at level 10. But by doing this, and by training your highest level horse, I can finish training Squirrel Moon. It's not Squirrel Moon, it's Squirrel Lemon. Okay, I'm gonna just leave. I'm gonna just let myself out. By doing this, you make it feel like you're training a bunch of horses. Like, I could train this horse in 2 days, I think it is, like a day and a half. So therefore, I'd be training this horse maxed in such a fast amount of time that your brain is like, oh, I'm so good at training, you know, you get a reward in 2 days, so therefore you're still motivated to keep training. You know, like, does that make sense to you? Is that the outfit I was wearing? Was I wearing leg wraps on that horse? No, I wasn't. Let me get leg wraps. That's fine. Okay, back to the video. So I'm going to go ahead and fill up the entirety of my home stable with my horses. And there we go. So I have got a full-on 7 pages of horses which are not trained, and so many are on level 1. Wait, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a bit pages of horses which are on level 1. I haven't even done a single race on them. Well, that's super fun for me, but this is basically the way that I'm going to train, and I switch this up sometimes. Sometimes I get to, I'm going to be honest, maybe an old level horse, an old model horse, and I just really don't feel like training it. So I switch it up a little bit, and every single time you actually open this, the horses there change, I think. I don't know. I feel like they change sometimes. Anyways. So if you don't feel like training a horse, like, don't force yourself to train the horse. The other thing that you can do whilst training is to wear a nice outfit, to change up your outfit, maybe, you know, do half of your training route, change outfits or something, just to give yourself a break. And this outfit that you're wearing doesn't have to be max stats. Now, you might be someone who loves training, so you don't even think of buying stuff which is in level 3 swiftness, level 8 riding and stuff. You might always have max stats, but I most of the time don't even look at my stats unless I'm doing a championship, because I don't want to be fussed about being the fastest when training is not necessarily about being the fastest. So now that we have the horse that I'm going to be training, we have an outfit on, it is time to start the training route. Now, I've been one to always have my home stable at the start of my training route because I like to do all of the races on the map, and I actually have a video called the best training route or something like that to earn your Vic shillings, because my training route was always based on doing all of the races, never taking the trailer because I didn't want to spend your Vic shillings when I was trying to save them to buy items and things like that. But the actual thing that sparked my idea to get back into training was Corinne Misthill uploaded a video of getting, I think it's like 8,000 horse XP in 50 minutes. So with 8,000 horse XP, you can max a horse in 33,000 horse XP. So it's going to take you about 4 days to fully max a horse. And that's a lot better than making a goal of, I'm going to do every single race every day, and that feels too overwhelming that you've never trained, so therefore you're training a horse every year or something. You know, does that make sense? So I thought that I was going to give Corinne's route a go in this video, and I'm going to keep trying to do it each day, and I'll give you guys an update video if I ever change anything about the training route or anything like that. I think I'll maybe do an update video maybe in a couple of months or like a month or so. If you guys want that, let me know. So if you guys want to go see Corinne's video, I will link it in the description below. I absolutely love Corinne as a creator. I love a lot of her videos, so I definitely recommend you guys go and check it out. Now obviously you guys are kind of going to see the route in this video, but Corinne does go into full detail about why that is the route that she picked and why it is beneficial to you and things like that. But whilst I train, I am going to go ahead and give you guys some tips and tricks for staying motivated, especially since 50 minutes is still a long time to maybe sit in front of your screen. So I'm going to talk through that, but that's actually going to be voiced over me, because in 8 minutes I have the Global Citizen show, I think it is. I've got no idea what it is. All I know is 5 Seconds of Summer is performing and I want to watch it. Might not go for 50 minutes, but that's what I'm going to be doing with my time. But you guys are going to be hearing some other ideas on how to stay entertained whilst training your horses and get that training done, man, you know? Okay, let's just get started, shall we? I should probably look up the video. Alrighty, here we are with the voiceover. Aren't you guys so excited? So first things first, I wanted to quickly add to my thing about having, you know, a layout for horses. Every time I buy a new horse, this usually changes because I need to get them into the home stable. Sometimes I feel like training other horses, so it isn't a set layout that you have to train a horse. I was basically just saying that I train my horses that are the highest level first, so then I train them up really quickly, and I feel really motivated because I've just maxed like 5 horses in a week because they're all really close to being maxed. Does that make sense? And this layout will change when I have only my level 1 horses next, because I'm thinking that when I have only level 1 horses, I might take it in like sections, so I'll train them all up to level 10 or something. You know, kind of mix it up like that. I don't know, I'll keep you guys updated on, you know, how I change up my training, because I've got like, I'm pretty sure I've got over 100 horses to train, or just under 100. It's a lot. There's a lot of horses, but yeah, that's just a few things you need to know about layout. Like, let me know in the comments below if you have any other questions. Moving on to the next thing, which is how to stay motivated whilst training, because you have to sit there for at least 50 minutes, I guess, doing this training, and it can be boring, I guess. So you have to know how to keep yourself entertained. So the things that I recommend is to listen to music if you're that type of person. There is times when I sit down and I do listen to music, but I'm also the type of person who needs to have a lot going on in my brain to be able to focus on the training. So I usually watch a Netflix show. So the Netflix show that I'm watching at the moment is called Superstore. I started watching it like jokingly at nighttime, and I was in need of something to laugh at, and it was in the comedy section on Netflix, and I was like, let's give it a go. Like, how can America make a show for 5 seasons about a supermarket. And yet I'm here like season 3 already, almost season 4. It is pretty funny, but you can also watch movies as well. What's a recent movie that I've watched? Ooh, I've kind of only been watching Netflix series lately. Let me know in the comments below, what have you guys been watching? But oh, I used to also listen to podcasts as well. I used to also do a lot of documentaries. Like before I became bigger on YouTube, I used to also train every day, kind of on that, you know, I like training, but I'd watch documentaries. That was always interesting as well. And another thing that I have written down is to talk to a friend. You know, if you have friends who play Star Stable, maybe a club, like train together. That's always fun, right? I mean, I've never really trained with people that much, but that's because I like to catch up on my YouTube when I'm training as well. Lately I have been more of a Netflix kind of person. I've missed a lot on YouTube. But yeah, you can also sit down with a friend. Maybe you can sit down and watch a movie with a friend. Oh my gosh, wow, genius me. You're welcome. What have you guys been watching on YouTube right now? Like, I know a great Star Stable channel that you could watch. You know, you might have heard of them, JustAnotherPixel. I don't know, maybe you should subscribe. Anyways, selfless promo over. There is, like, if you guys are into it, I guess there's a lot of Minecraft SMPs right now. I've been kind of keeping up with Empires a little bit, but it's kind of dropped off a little bit. I don't know, I've just been busy watching Netflix and things like that. But yeah, now another thing that I want to suggest about staying motivated whilst training is also to take breaks between the training. So I didn't take breaks when I was training, but sometimes, you know, you need to, sometimes you don't. But I'd recommend maybe doing some dailies. Like I could have stopped off and done Farah because I need to do my Farah stuff. Like I'm kind of close to finishing. I just need to do it every day for a couple of days. And there's also stable chores, you know, get your Jorvik shillings, because I find training a great place to get Jorvik shillings. You can buy clothes with Jorvik shillings. It's really great. But I don't know if you guys can tell by the footage, but I just forgot how to train a little bit. It's been that long that I just can't remember how to do the druid training. I just can't remember anything. But, you know, we'll get there, I actually haven't done my training today because I'm feeling quite tired. So, already I've kind of fallen off the bandwagon, but I'll do it tomorrow. Famous last words. Okay, now I'm just rambling, but I actually did a bit for my Instagram today. I've been doing some drawing, which has been really fun. I've really been enjoying drawing lately. So that's an interesting fact about me. Unfortunately, you can't really draw whilst training. I mean, you could be super talented and do that. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Have you ever drawn whilst training? That would be pretty interesting, but that's really everything that I had written down to say. I can't really remember what else that I could say. I mean, oh yeah, if you also want to split up your training, you know, if you did an hour of training a day, you could do half an hour when you first wake up, half an hour when you're falling asleep kind of thing. Like, split it up like that, keep yourself guessing. But that was really the only other thing that I was gonna say. Yeah. So I guess I'll leave you guys to a little bit of music, just to see, like, how far through this training we can get. But yeah, stay until the end where I give my feedback on the route that I did today. And there was just, you know, a few little bumps and things like that. But honestly, yeah, you just gotta stay until the end to hear my final opinions. Okay, have fun with the music. Bye!
You know I met you in the dark, it was a Saturday night. Remember seeing you just dancing in the middle of the crowd. There was something about you, cause you got stuck in my mind. Stuck in my mind, stuck in my mind. I thought I'd give it a go and I started talking to you. I don't know what I said, but the next thing I knew is that I held you in my arms and you asked what we should do. What should we do? What should we do? I said you can do what you want to with me, yeah, I won't mind. As long as you stay with me, I'm alright. I wanna hold ya. I wanna hold ya. You got those red lips, blue eyes, black skinny jeans. In every room you walk into, you're always setting the scene. I wanna hold ya. started walking the streets, and then we stopped for a while, and you said you wanna kiss me. I remember thinking, is this really happening? Happening. I never thought I'd meet someone so beautiful. I couldn't quite believe it, it was magical. Just kissing under streetlights on our way back home. Our way back home, our way back home. I said you can do what you want to with me, yeah, I won't mind. As long as you stay with me, I'm alright. I wanna hold ya. Baby, I've been falling for ya. I wanna hold ya. Baby, I've been falling for ya. Falling for ya. You got those red lips, blue eyes, black skinny jeans. In every room you walk into, you're always setting the scene. I wanna hold ya, hold ya.
Hello everyone. Okay, so I finished this training route yesterday, but let's talk about it. So it actually took me, I think, about an hour and a half to complete it, but I did spend about 10 to 20 minutes stuffing around with the fact that the show that I was watching was actually delayed by 2 hours, so I was trying to figure that out. But anyways, we got there in the end, and yes, I did see 5 seconds of summer, so that was all good, but I did have to wait an extra 2 hours, which I didn't know, but that... Anyways, it's okay. Now, one thing that I did notice that it also took me longer was the fact that my horse is very, very sad, which means that it moves half as fast as it should. So, theoretically, it kind of makes sense that it took me twice as long to complete the training route because my horse was moving probably like... Maybe Corinne keeps her horses, you know, happy and all, but that's why I'm gonna just go ahead and buy stable care. I need to start doing that again because my horse was so slow, it was starting to get to me. I think I also stopped for lunch in the middle of it as well. Actually, no, I think I had lunch after I finished training, so don't mind me, but honestly, I did enjoy the training route. I'm not sure how many, like, I have Jorvik shillings now, don't know where I'm going, but I definitely feel like I get more Jorvik shillings, you know, doing every single race, which makes sense, because I'm also not spending money on the trailer, because I did trailer quite a few times between places and things like that, so I'd really have to compare the amount of Jorvik shillings per hour and things like that, but honestly, it makes sense to me. If I do training for 3 hours per day for about 3 days to max a horse, that's 9 hours. Or I could do just an hour one day, like an hour a day for 4 days. That's 4 hours in the week and a horse is maxed. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, does that make... Is that how it works? Anyways, like, I'm so confused. How does that work? How do I spend 4 hours training a horse in a week? And I get a horse maxed when I could spend 9 hours and max a horse. Nope, that doesn't make sense to me. I'd have to do more maths. But yeah, let me know in the comments below maybe what your training route is, whether you're very good at training, whether you found this video I can't speak. I'm so tired. I'm so sorry. It's so late at night. Let me know in the comments below if you found this even remotely helpful, and I'll probably keep you guys updated on my training journey now because I feel like this is just a thing now, like I need to get back into it. Anyways, I'm rambling. If you did enjoy this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe because those are both free ways of supporting me. But I hope you guys are having an awesome day or have had an awesome day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye!
Blue eyes, black skinny jeans. In every room you walk into, you're always setting the scene. I wanna